Hey everyone, welcome to the Restorative Reading and Writing for Wellness podcast. I'm Stephanie, a book-loving, notebook-hoarding reader and writer on a mission to change lives one book and one notebook at a time. On this podcast, we explore the power of books and notebooks as tools for wellness. Reading and writing can help us feel better and make life better too, and I'll show you how I do it. You'll find episodes exploring the research behind reading and writing for wellness, practical strategies to embrace your own restorative reading and writing, and you'll meet authors and special guests who help us take inspired actions in our own daily practices too. So grab a notebook and your TBR list and let's dive into today's episode. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Restorative Reading and Writing for Wellness. I'm Stephanie, and I am excited to share with you that we have a special guest on today's podcast. I am here today to talk to Nikki Russell. Now, for those of you who remember, or for those of you that have young readers in your home, Nikki is the illustrator behind the DORK Diaries phenomenon. She is the illustrator. Her mom, Rachel Renee Russell, is the author, and together they have produced a #1 New York Times best-selling series and loved favorite by many. Now, I had the chance to interview them both for my Kidlit Love podcast, and in that podcast recording, Nikki said one word that made me stop and went, wait, whoa, we have got to talk about this. What is that? She talked about her Planary. Now, we both love notebooks. We both love washi tape and gel pens. And so we were really geeking out about those things and about stickers. And she said, yeah, it's what I put in my Planary. And I went, hang on a second. What is a Planary and how does it work? And can we please schedule another podcast episode so that we can talk all about it? And that's what we did. We finally got on a call. It's been a long time coming for me. We got on a call to talk about this beautiful idea of hers called a Planary. Now, I'm going to let her describe it in the episode in just a minute, but I just want to say one thing. I thought that the Planary was just going to be a basic melding of two things. And you can probably guess what they are, right? A planner and a diary together make a Planary. But it's not. It is so much more than a Planary. It is a tool for mental health. It is a tool for wellness. It is a tool for self-care. It is a tool for ease and joy and happiness. As we talked, I was just getting more and more excited. My jaw was dropping lower and lower and lower as she was talking and showing me her pages. And I realized like this needs to be something that we all know about. This is not your typical bullet journaling. It is not your typical planner. It isn't your typical anything. It is a functional, beautiful tool for you, for your wellness, for your growth, for your happiness. And I promise you, as you are listening, you are going to get just as excited about having a Planary as I am. And that is even with my Sunday planning fail, I feel like I could dive into this kind of planning because it's different. This is a tool, a daily tool that literally can change everything. So we're going to talk about what a Planary is. We're going to talk about what it looks like for her, how she does it, the materials she has, and of course, how she thinks that we could get started. It's easier than we think. It takes less time than we think and was going to have a bigger impact on our wellness as we think too. So I am so excited to bring Nikki Russell and her Planary to you. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Nikki, welcome to the podcast. I am so glad to talk with you today.
Thank you for having me, Stephanie. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here once again. How are you?
I am good, and I feel like we have been waiting a bit too long to talk about what we are going to talk about today, this really cool word and this really cool concept that
Yes.
you have coined that you brought up oh so quickly on the Kidlit Love podcast. And I went, wait, wait a minute. We have to talk about this. So I'm so glad you took the time with me to come back and to really dive into this other part of your work and your world.
It's a pleasure.
So why don't we give listeners a bit of background? Can you tell them a
Okay.
bit about you and the work that you do before we get into what we're going to talk about today?
Sure. Well, as you know, I am Nikki Russell. I am the illustrator of DORK Diaries. Rachel Renee Russell is my mom. So we are a mother-daughter team that created the New York Times best-selling children's book series, DORK Diaries.
Yes.
And in my downtime, I am very much a diary girl myself. And I have found that in order to live my best life, I like to um, keep my plans listed somewhere where I can see them in order to stay organized and it just makes things a lot easier to go with the flow. And so that is how I came up with the Planary. It's basically a diary and a Planary combined, where you basically not only just list your schedule from the things you want to accomplish for work or for school, but also for your personal life, for your self-care routine, for fun things that you want to commit to just to take care of yourself and put a smile on your face. That
Yeah.
is what the Planary is all about. And there are just so many fun things you can do with it. You can add stickers, you can add markers, washi tape, whatever you want to make it feel like your own. It makes jumping into your day so much easier. It makes it funner, and you get to put your personal stamp on it.
Yes. So you just, even though we can't hear listeners, everybody in their car or while they're doing their dishes or they're walking their dog is going, yes, yes, this is it. This idea of bridging or connecting the planner and the diary, the professional, the personal, the organized, the creative, like layering on all the fun things. I feel like there's a lot of people who want to have a planning practice or who want to have some sort of notebooking or writing practice where they write things down, but it can be really hard to find the time
Mhm,
and make the time
mhm.
and know what to write, but you kind of blending those two things together and making it feel like it's just this quick, easy, seamless, yet really wonderful part of the day, I know is going to appeal to so many people. So I want to pick your brain about it if I could.
Sure, sure, absolutely.
So first of all, what kind of planner or notebook do you use? Is it a monthly? Is it a weekly? Is it a daily? A little bit of all of it? Or do you make your own out of a bullet journal?
So, I find make your own planner is very helpful. This is actually one I was able to design on the Erin Condren website. I
It's
was able to pick my,
beautiful.
thank you. I was able to pick my cover design and my layout, which is monthly. It's got like a whole year's worth of months inside with little inspiring quotes.
Hmm.
Is for the month of April. It says slow growth is strong growth, and that's for the month of April. And it's got a monthly layout, kind of like a desktop calendar in
Yep.
one part of the planner. And then it's got a place for notes. And finally, it also has a weekly layout. And my ideal way of filling it out is with stickers and visuals and little sayings to make it more fun and colorful.
Oh, listeners, you did not just see my jaw drop when she opened up. She's showing me on the page this weekly. It's gorgeous. The
Thank you.
stickers, the colors, there's pink. Oh, see, that just brought it to life for me even more to see that it is this beautiful blend. But it almost like you said, it can't not start your day off on a good note when you are putting that kind of content in there.
Yes, and I find it cathartic because I'm also a scrapbooking, vision boarding kind of girl. So to be able to see all the visuals, to be able to take them off the sticker book and place them in right where I want them, to be able to use all sorts of colors to bring it to life.
Yes.
It just really makes my day and it helps me to relax. And that's how I make a mental note in my mind to take the time for it, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, because it's rewarding and it's nourishing to me. And I think that anything you do that makes you feel good is worth making the time for. And it's worth reminding yourself to take the time and do it and put your life in order in a fun way.
Do you normally do that in the morning? Is that how you start your day, or is it just any time you have the minutes?
So it really does depend on what kind of mood I'm in. Typically it's in the morning because I really want to lay out my day and possibly the week moving forward. I might even delve into it toward the end of the day because I have a better idea of what's coming and I just might want a little review of what happened on the day that I started. Other days I just need it right by my side the whole time just to jot down notes or to
Yeah.
vent because it's also a diary, right?
Yes, yes.
It
So
also
it's
serves that purpose.
that's what my next question is. So it's partly your plans,
Mhm.
but then it's partly what happened or notes. Like tell me the things that
Yeah.
you end up writing down.
Okay. So let's take the month of January, which was a very big planner girl month for me because I had a vision board that I was working on. I had all sorts of plans for the new year. I had resolutions, and I just jotted down all sorts of wonderful things. I jotted down a list of to-dos. I jotted down self-care isn't selfish because it makes me a better person to remind myself to take time out for self-care. I gave myself an encouraging note that something extraordinary will happen to me because I don't give up and I know how to keep on keeping on. And I listed all the things I'm looking forward to in the year of 2026. I said, tidying up my home and my life, um, hoping that I will meet new people and do exciting things. And I also look back on the best memories of 2025, like how my mom and I had a mother-daughter bonding time at the Biltmore in North Carolina, for example. It was
That
just
sounds
really fun to
fun.
reflect.
Yeah. Okay. So that's probably like in the monthly and in the notes. And then what do you put in the daily? Is that your schedule
Yes.
and what
Yes,
happens?
like my to-dos. So there's personal to-dos. For example, take my dog Daisy to the vet or go to an eye exam, which I have later today, actually. And then there's also work-related to-dos, which I put in a separate planary.
Ooh, oh,
We're
okay. And
literally
that's even
collecting
a
these.
different kind. That's a Lily Pulitzer.
It
Okay.
is, yes, yep, yep. So I'm a Lily Pulitzer girl. I'm a Erin Condren girl. I'm a find a planner at Michael's. That's
Yes.
really cute kind of girl. Just anything will do. And in this plannery, I list my schedule for work, for example, that I had a podcast with you today, or that I need to work on certain assignments for Dork Diaries. That's what this plannery is all about.
Okay. And so you've got the larger one is kind of the personal,
Mhm.
everything kind of plannery, but then you have that smaller, this is my work life to pull that together. Oh,
Exactly. And in my personal one, I also list my self-care tasks that I'd love to do, like take a bubble bath or eat some chocolate because I'm a chocolate fanatic.
yeah. Yeah. And like you said, it can be so easy to forget to do those things
It
for
is. Yeah.
ourselves that
Yeah, it can
it
be.
seems kind of silly that, oh, you have to write it down, but we really do because life's busy.
It
You're
is.
busy with all of the new Dork Diary graphic novels and things coming out that it is needed to have
Yes,
that reminder for yourself.
it absolutely is.
So the other thing I'm thinking about is you showed me your pages, which I love and I think I need to do in my own is that you have the planning side and you have the diary side, but it
Mhm.
seems like you have like a pep talk side of things that just make you feel good in the day,
Yes.
whether it's the stickers or the washi tape. Do you find that that helps like just keep your energy high and your vibe high?
Absolutely do, because I love bright colors and I'm very much a visual person since I'm an illustrator. So all those
Yeah.
things give me life. And I get to pick it out and lay it out how I want to. I get to pick the color scheme, whether I'm working with blues or pinks or greens. I get to pick whether it's a person sticker, or whether it's a symbol, or a frying pan to remind myself to cook something for
Yes.
dinner tonight.
So that leads me to my question of what kind of supplies do you surround yourself with to put in the planner?
Okay, so there are colored pens, anything from a regular solid pen to a glitter gel pen.
Ooh.
There are there's whiteout pens in case I make a little mistake, I can white it out. There's pencils in case I want to erase what I wrote. There are highlighters in order to highlight what is important. And of course, I'm gonna flip open my handy dandy sticker book. There are sticker books.
Yes. That's what I want to know more about. What are those sticker books? Ooh. Oh, so one's a happy planner. Okay.
Yes,
Tell
Happy
us.
Planner. They're just all sorts of stickers and labels. You can buy them from Michael's. And then if you're into stickers that have really cool people on them, you can find them on Amazon.
Yeah. Okay. So listeners can't see, but I get to see that you are in your beautiful studio where you do your Dork Diaries magic. So I imagine you have just like bins and baskets and supplies, and your desk just must be this colorful, like happy place.
That's right. So if you see in behind me, I've got this great big tray filled with nothing but stickers inside, like literal
Oh,
piles
wow.
of them.
Wow.
That's my go-to space for all the stickers in my planary.
Wow. Okay. So I am the person who I have tried so hard, Nikki, to do a Sunday planning routine where
Mhm.
like I just plan the week ahead and whether it's my meal plans or my appointments. And for some reason, it's just never stuck. It's never been like this happy, fun kind of thing. But yours just feels so much different than I gotta plan out my week. Like it truly is changing the whole way you're looking at what your week is like and what your day is like. And I think that's what was missing for me.
So something I have realized, Stephanie, in order to do it is to go with the flow, to forgive yourself in case you can't put aside the amount of time you need to just plan your whole week. Let the process meet you right where you are. If you can just plan that one moment or that one day, give yourself a pat in the back for that.
Yes, yes. And maybe on a day that is blank or a day that I missed, I could write, a nice note with a little sticker to
Exactly.
myself.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly how it works.
That I have never done, and I feel like that's what makes your plannery even more unique than having a planner and a diary. That is the piece that just writing a nice little note to myself or allowing myself a sticker or something in that planning process, it just feels like it would be fun. And
Yes,
yeah.
yes, and then I'm the kind of girl that feels really satisfied when I put a check mark inside a box or give myself a gold stick star. Yeah, all those things feel so nice.
Yes, we are very much alike in that respect. I think that's why it is appealing to me. It's appealing to me so much. So for someone who's listening and who's thinking, okay, I need to do this. I need
Mhm.
to try this. I've got my pens or I've got my stickers. Do you have any recommendations for someone who wants to give this a try to get started?
Yep. So think about something you need to do. It can be personal, such as I'm going to talk to my younger listeners out there, riding your bike outside because the weather's nice. Find a bike sticker, write it down in your little planary wherever you find the space on Monday, since today's Monday, and say, ride my bike later today after school. And then you might also want to list in your to-dos homework or ask a parent or whoever takes care of you for help on the assignment. You can write all those things down there. If you are older, like the two of us, again, just begin with the day ahead of you. You can write down what you want to accomplish today at work. And you can also write down what you want to do when you get home. Make sure you squeeze a little bit of me time in there. I know for sure I'm going to need it this evening just to veg out and do something I really, really enjoy because it helps me to unwind and handle stressful circumstances better. So those are all things you should just write there to look at and remind yourself, I am going to do this. I am not going to forget. I am making that promise to myself. And if I can't do it today, I'll just do it tomorrow or whenever I can. It is there, it's in the book. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And for me, I feel like our personalities are the same there. If I write it down, I have
Mhm.
a much better chance
Yes.
of remembering to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say the old me, because the new me wants to do this planary with you. The old me would have just went to a Google Calendar and typed in what I had to do
Mhm.
and moved on and gotten stressed
Oh
about,
no.
the things that I put on my to-do list. But
Mhm.
if I were to put, let's say, podcast interviews in my calendar and I put a little sticker that looked like a
Yes.
podcast and I wrote it in blue gel pen, that's different than
Yes.
putting it on my calendar and walking away and saying, "Oh my goodness, there are
Yes.
so many meetings today." Just the
Yes.
act of doing it the way you're doing it
Yes.
is like the mind shift that I think a lot of us need.
It is. And if by chance you feel kind of overwhelmed because you have to get it done quick, 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 and Google Calendars is just the quickest uh, uh, automatic way to list your work, why don't you start with listing your personal life in that gel pen with a
Yeah.
sticker? Starting there, letting that become the flow. And once that becomes the flow, you can start doing it with your work. Those
Yeah.
are baby steps you can take to get into it more, if that would help.
That will help actually, because I'm so used to doing my work life on a digital tool
Me too.
that I probably would be like, why am I doing this again on a regular tool? But I have always said in the past, and it's something I always work on, I am really good at planning my work life. I am not really good at planning my personal life of what I'm going to eat for dinner or what I'm going to do for fun, or I forget somebody's birthday.
Mhm.
Um, so I like that. Just start with a personal calendar, planary, and
Yes.
then go from there.
Yes. Or you can even call it your self-care plannery, taking care
Yeah.
of you,
Yes.
all the things that make you feel relaxed and happy and enjoy life.
Yeah, which I feel like it's a planary, but it's like it's bigger than that. It
Mhm.
is bigger than that. Like I could see if I and listeners got into a habit of just 5 minutes in the morning,
Mhm.
and had a little bin where all my supplies were easily accessible. And I just looked at it. I wrote something down in color, or I wrote an affirmation, or put a sticker, or gave myself a little note. Like that's like retraining the way you think about yourself and the way you think about the day.
Yes. It
But
just feels so much better.
yes, yes, but not a lot of time or overwhelm to do it as long as you had your plannery and your tools.
Yep. And you can really make it be anything you want it to be, Stephanie. For example, I have a planner for this one particular thing I love to do, and that's gaming. So I love computer games. I love my game apps. I love my video games. Ever since I was a little girl, I've got a plannery for that too. And it's like a little diary where I list all the things I want to do in the game to make it more fun for me. Like, there's a particular game that I like where you get to, have you ever heard of Design Home, for example?
I
It's
haven't.
actually a game app, but you get to design rooms inside of a home. And I can even take notes of all the things I want to do in order to design the room. And then between the two of us, since we're both older, you can actually purchase the stuff in the game for your house at home.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can see why you would need your own plannery for that.
Yeah. So yeah, you can make a plannery for horseback riding or for hitting the gym, for anything, just to help yourself stay on top of it, to help yourself relax, to help yourself use that gel pen and those stickers and to just have fun.
Yeah, to have fun. Now, I have to ask, do you have more Planaries? Like how many Planaries do you have in that studio of
Well,
yours?
at this rate, it looks like three.
It's the three.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I just might come up with a cookbook plannery since
That's a
I
good
like to
one.
cook.
That's a good one because I cannot cook and I hate meal planning, and that way that may bring a little bit of lightness to it. I feel like this is such like you said, it's just fun. It's fun and makes you feel good. It's still doing the same old life,
Mhm.
but it's doing it in a way that just makes it feel more enjoyable.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have, if I asked, do you have one piece of advice or one additional piece of advice, I guess I should
Mhm.
say, for someone who wants to get started, what would you tell someone or what would you tell me? Because I really, after seeing yours, like I am going to be on Amazon buying far too many things for my flannery. What's a piece of advice you could leave us with?
Well, I would just say get started. If you're the kind of person who prefers ordering things online and having them shipped straight to your doorstep, then Amazon is a great place to start. Or you could go online to Michael's and pick
Mhm.
out stickers and planners and pins, markers, washi tape there. Or if you're the kind of person who enjoys stepping into the store to see and feel everything like I am, I would say go to Michael's in person or to any store that you prefer that has those sorts of things and look at them and purchase them.
Ah, well, you told me to do it, so that means I get to now. So I will take that as a
Hey!
permission slip to go do that. This is such a good idea, Nikki. I'm so glad you happened to casually mention it the first time we talked. And I'm so glad you took the time to come get all of my listeners excited about this. I know it is something that they're going to love and that we can get started on right away. So thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
You are very welcome. Thank you for having me, Stephanie.
And listeners, thanks for listening to another episode, and I will see you next week. Thanks for listening to today's episode of the Restorative Reading and Writing for Wellness podcast. You'll find links to all of the books, resources, and ideas mentioned in the show notes and at alitlife.com. And if you want more, you might like to join my Get Literate Substack community. There, you'll find additional inspiration for your reading and writing life, like bonus podcast episodes, book calendars, monthly book clubs, notebooking inspiration, live events, giveaways, and much more. It's only $5 a month, and you get instant access to all of the previous content, too. You can learn more at getliterate.co. But there's one more thing. If you love what you listened to today, please take a moment to rate and review the podcast, or take a screenshot of the episode and text it to a friend. This helps the podcast grow and builds our bookish and notebookish community, too. Thanks for listening, everyone.